Ladies and gentlemen, today we're diving into one of the most pivotal moments after a period of no contact, the reemergence. Whether this is in the context of relationships, personal growth, or self-reinvention, what you do after no contact can define not only your future with others, but your relationship with yourself. The time following a period of no contact is an opportunity for profound introspection and personal growth. It's a moment where you can step back, assess the journey you've been on, and truly reflect on how the experience has shaped you. The silence that comes with no contact can be unsettling at first, but within it lies a unique chance to understand yourself more deeply. This reflection isn't just about evaluating what went wrong or what could have been done differently. It's about uncovering the lessons hidden within the experience and how they can serve you moving forward. During the no contact period, emotions can range from sadness and frustration to relief and hope. All of these feelings hold valuable insights if you allow yourself to sit with them instead of pushing them aside. Reflecting on your growth means acknowledging how you've felt and how you've changed as a result. It's about recognizing the strength it took to step back, honor your boundaries, and prioritize your well-being, even when it was difficult. Start by asking yourself some key questions. What have I learned about myself during this time? Have I gained clarity on what I need and deserve in my relationships? What patterns or behaviors have I noticed about myself that I may want to change or strengthen? These questions are not meant to spark self-criticism, but to encourage honest self-awareness. It's in this awareness that true growth begins. Perhaps you've realized that you have a tendency to overextend yourself emotionally in relationships, or that you've been ignoring red flags in favor of keeping the peace. Maybe you've discovered a newfound ability to advocate for yourself or set boundaries. Whatever your insights, they are the foundation upon which you can build a stronger, more self-assured version of yourself. This period of reflection also provides the chance to examine the role of the other person in your life. Without the emotional immediacy of constant contact, you can objectively consider whether their actions align with the respect, care, and support you deserve. Were they adding value to your life, or were they consistently taking more than they gave? The no-contact phase offers the clarity needed to see dynamics that may have been obscured by emotions or habitual interactions. By reflecting on these dynamics, you can identify what you're willing to accept and what you're no longer willing to tolerate. Beyond relationships, this time allows you to evaluate how you've grown personally. Perhaps the no-contact period gave you the space to rediscover hobbies, passions, or aspects of yourself that were neglected. Maybe you've developed new coping mechanisms or routines that bring you peace and stability. These are tangible signs of growth, and acknowledging them reinforces the value of the time you've spent apart. Reflection isn't just about looking back, it's also about envisioning the future. With the insights gained during this period, you can create a clearer picture of the kind of relationships and experiences you want to cultivate. This doesn't mean erasing the past or pretending it didn't happen. It means using it as a guide to make more intentional choices moving forward. The no-contact period is not merely a pause, it's a transformative phase that can redefine how you approach connection and self-worth. It's also essential to approach this reflection with compassion. Growth isn't linear, and there's no right way to heal or move forward. Some days you might feel confident and empowered, while other days may bring moments of doubt or longing. Both are part of the process. The key is to honor where you are without judgment. By being kind to yourself, you create a safe space for growth to flourish. Self-reflection is not about dwelling on mistakes or regrets. It's about understanding yourself better and using that understanding to inform your next steps. One of the most empowering aspects of reflecting on your growth is recognizing your resilience. The decision to go no contact, especially if it was emotionally charged, required strength and self-respect. Even if it felt like a painful choice, it was a decision rooted in prioritizing your mental and emotional health. Recognizing this resilience can be a powerful reminder of your capacity to face challenges and come out stronger on the other side. Reflecting on your growth during and after no contact is an act of self-care. It's a way of honoring the journey you've been on and the person you've become as a result. It's a process that allows you to step into the next chapter of your life with greater clarity, confidence, and purpose. The insights you gain are not just lessons for the past, but tools for the future, tools that can help you build healthier relationships, make wiser choices, and live more authentically. By taking the time to reflect, you not only acknowledge your growth, but also empower yourself to continue evolving in ways that align with your true self. After a period of no contact, one of the most significant steps you can take is revisiting and redefining your boundaries. Boundaries are essential for healthy relationships and personal well-being, acting as a framework for how you interact with others and how you allow them to interact with you. They are not walls meant to shut people out, but rather guidelines that establish respect, mutual understanding, and emotional safety. Revisiting your boundaries after a time of no contact is crucial, because this pause provides the clarity needed to determine what serves you and what does not. When you take the time to reflect on your boundaries, start by considering the reasons that led to the no contact period. Was it a lack of respect, repeated misunderstandings, or perhaps feelings of being taken for granted? Understanding what prompted the break can help you identify the boundaries that were previously crossed or neglected. This process allows you to pinpoint areas where you need to be firmer and areas where you may need to communicate more clearly in the future. It's also important to acknowledge that boundaries are not universal. They are deeply personal and vary depending on your values, needs, and experiences. What feels acceptable to one person might feel intrusive to another. This is why revisiting your boundaries is not just about setting rules for others, it's about understanding yourself on a deeper level. Ask yourself what makes you feel respected, valued, and emotionally secure. These reflections become the foundation for the boundaries you establish moving forward. As you redefine your boundaries, clarity is key. Vague or ambiguous boundaries can lead to confusion and conflict, while clear boundaries leave little room for misinterpretation. For instance, instead of thinking, "I don't want to feel unappreciated," specify what actions or behaviors contribute to that feeling. Perhaps it's a lack of reciprocation in effort or dismissive communication. By identifying specific triggers, you can articulate boundaries that address these issues directly. This clarity empowers you to express your needs in a way that is both assertive and constructive. Revisiting your boundaries also involves recognizing that they are not static. They can evolve as you grow and as your relationships change. What might have been acceptable in the past may no longer align with your current self. Conversely, you might find that some boundaries you previously held rigidly can now be relaxed as trust and understanding deepen. The key is to approach boundaries as a dynamic part of your personal and relational development, adapting them as needed to reflect your current priorities and values. It's natural to feel apprehensive about enforcing boundaries, especially if you fear conflict or rejection. However, it's important to remember that healthy relationships thrive on mutual respect, and boundaries are an essential part of fostering that respect. By revisiting and clearly expressing your boundaries, you are not creating barriers, you are paving the way for more authentic and meaningful connections. The people who truly value you will respect your boundaries, while those who resist them may reveal their inability or unwillingness to meet your needs. One of the most empowering aspects of revisiting boundaries is the self-assurance it cultivates. Setting and maintaining boundaries is an act of self-respect. It sends a powerful message to yourself and to others that your needs, feelings, and well-being matter. This self-assurance not only strengthens your sense of identity, but also helps you approach future interactions with greater confidence and poise. As you revisit your boundaries, it's also helpful to practice effective communication. Expressing your boundaries in a calm, respectful manner can significantly impact how they are received. For example, using I statements such as "I feel overwhelmed when," or "I need space to process my emotions when" can make your message less confrontational and more about your own needs. This approach fosters understanding and encourages a collaborative dynamic, making it easier for others to respect your boundaries without feeling defensive. Another vital aspect of revisiting boundaries is holding yourself accountable. It's one thing to articulate your boundaries, but it's equally important to follow through and enforce them consistently. If you allow your boundaries to be crossed without addressing it, you risk undermining their significance and sending mixed signals. Upholding your boundaries requires courage and consistency, but it's a crucial step in ensuring that they are respected and taken seriously. Revisiting your boundaries after no contact allows you to approach relationships with a renewed sense of purpose and intentionality. You are no longer operating from a place of reaction, but from a place of deliberate choice. This shift empowers you to build connections that honor your growth and align with your values. Whether you decide to reconnect with the individual involved in the no-contact period or move forward independently, your boundaries serve as a guiding compass, helping you navigate interactions with clarity and confidence. Revisiting your boundaries is about reclaiming your power and taking charge of your emotional well-being. It's a process of honoring your journey, embracing your growth, and creating a space where healthy, respectful connections can flourish. By prioritizing your boundaries, you lay the foundation for a future that reflects the strength and self-awareness you've gained through this transformative experience. Reconnecting intentionally after a period of no contact is a delicate process that requires thoughtfulness, clarity, and emotional maturity. This step is not about diving back into old patterns or rehashing unresolved conflicts, but about approaching the situation with a renewed sense of purpose and self-awareness. Whether the intention is to reconcile, seek closure, or simply test the waters of communication, taking a deliberate and mindful approach can pave the way for meaningful outcomes. The first and most crucial aspect of reconnecting intentionally is having a clear understanding of your purpose. Why do you want to reach out? Are you seeking to rebuild the relationship, express something unresolved, or simply check in on the other person? Being honest with yourself about your motives is essential because it shapes the tone and direction of your outreach. Without clarity, the risk of misunderstandings or emotional entanglements increases, potentially leading to more confusion or pain for both parties. Timing is another critical factor in intentional reconnection. The no contact period serves as a buffer, allowing emotions to settle and providing both individuals the space to reflect. Rushing into communication too soon may catch the other person off guard or reignite unresolved tensions. It's important to gauge whether enough time has passed for both parties to approach the conversation with calmness and an open mind. This requires patience and an understanding that not every situation is ready for reconnection immediately. When reaching out, choosing the right medium is just as important as the timing. Depending on the nature of the relationship and the depth of the no contact period, different methods of communication may be appropriate. A simple text message might suffice for a casual check-in, while a phone call or face-to-face conversation may be better suited for deeper discussions. The key is to select a medium that aligns with your intention and ensures clear, respectful communication. How you phrase your message or start the conversation also matters significantly. Approaching the interaction with kindness, humility, and an openness to listen can set a positive tone. Avoid accusatory language or rehashing past grievances right away, as this can put the other person on the defensive. Instead, focus on expressing your intentions and emotions in a way that fosters understanding and invites dialogue. For example, a statement like, "I've been reflecting on our time apart and felt it was important to reach out," demonstrates thoughtfulness and care. Equally important is being prepared for any response or lack thereof. The other person may not be ready to engage or might have moved on emotionally. Accepting this possibility with grace is a testament to your emotional growth and respect for their autonomy. Reconnecting intentionally is not about controlling the outcome, but about extending a hand in sincerity and being prepared for whatever follows. If the other person does respond, listening actively is key. Reconnection is as much about hearing their perspective as it is about expressing your own. Allow them the space to share their thoughts, feelings, and experiences without interruption or judgment. This creates an environment of mutual respect and can help rebuild trust, especially if the no contact period stemmed from misunderstandings or hurtful interactions. At the same time, it's important to remain anchored in your boundaries and self-awareness. While reconnecting intentionally involves a willingness to listen and adapt, it doesn't mean compromising on your values or needs. If the conversation begins to veer into unhealthy territory, such as blame shifting or emotional manipulation, be prepared to step back and reassess the situation. Your well-being remains a priority, and reconnection should not come at the cost of your mental or emotional health. Reconnecting also provides an opportunity to address any unresolved issues, but this should be done thoughtfully and with a focus on resolution rather than blame. Approach sensitive topics with a spirit of collaboration, seeking to understand and be understood rather than win the conversation. Statements like, "I realize now that I could have handled that situation differently, and I'd like to hear your perspective," demonstrate accountability and openness to growth. Another critical element of intentional reconnection is managing expectations. Reaching out does not guarantee that the relationship will return to its previous state or even that it will continue at all. Instead, focus on the present interaction and the progress it represents. Even if the outcome is not what you hoped for, the act of reconnecting itself can be a valuable step in your personal journey, providing closure, clarity, or a sense of peace. Regardless of how the reconnection unfolds, take time afterward to reflect on the experience. What did you learn about yourself and the other person? Did the interaction align with your intentions and boundaries? This reflection can help you integrate the experience into your ongoing personal growth and guide your actions moving forward. Reconnecting intentionally after no contact is a powerful act of courage and self-awareness. It demonstrates a willingness to engage with vulnerability, respect, and a desire for resolution or growth. By approaching it thoughtfully, you create the potential for healing, understanding, and meaningful change, whether in the context of the relationship or within yourself. Embracing emotional detachment after a period of no contact is an essential step in regaining control over your emotions and reclaiming your sense of self. Emotional detachment does not mean suppressing your feelings or becoming indifferent to others. Rather, it is about creating a healthy distance from the emotional weight of the situation or relationship that once consumed you. This process allows you to find clarity, cultivate inner peace, and approach life with a balanced perspective. When you embrace emotional detachment, the first step is recognizing the need for it. Relationships, whether romantic, platonic, or professional, often leave deep emotional imprints. After a period of no contact, these imprints may manifest as lingering thoughts, feelings of attachment, or even unresolved questions. Acknowledging that these emotions exist is key, but equally important is understanding that you do not need to remain tethered to them. Emotional detachment is about letting go of the need to control or overanalyze the past and choosing instead to focus on the present moment. A fundamental aspect of emotional detachment is shifting your focus inward. This involves redirecting the energy you once invested in the other person or the situation toward yourself. Use this time to explore your own thoughts, feelings, and needs without external influence. This self-reflection is not about assigning blame or finding fault, but about understanding how the experience has shaped you and what lessons you can carry forward. By centering yourself in this way, you begin to loosen the grip that past emotions have on your present state of mind. Mindfulness is a powerful tool in fostering emotional detachment. By practicing mindfulness, you train yourself to observe your thoughts and feelings without judgment. When memories or emotions tied to the no-contact period arise, acknowledge them without dwelling on them or allowing them to dominate your mindset. For instance, if you find yourself replaying old conversations or wondering about the other person's actions, gently bring your focus back to the present. This practice helps create a sense of emotional equilibrium and prevents you from being overwhelmed by past experiences. Setting boundaries is another essential component of emotional detachment. This includes boundaries not only with others, but also with yourself. Avoid engaging in behaviors that reinforce attachment, such as checking the other person's social media, revisiting old messages, or repeatedly discussing the situation with others. These actions can reopen emotional wounds and make it harder to move forward. Instead, establish boundaries that protect your peace and help you maintain focus on your own growth and well-being. One of the most challenging aspects of emotional detachment is releasing expectations. Often, lingering emotions are tied to hopes, what-ifs, or unmet expectations about the relationship or situation. By letting go of these expectations, you free yourself from the weight of disappointment or regret. This doesn't mean erasing the experience from your life, but rather accepting it for what it was and recognizing that it no longer defines your present or future. Another critical element of emotional detachment is cultivating a sense of gratitude and perspective. Reflect on the positive aspects of your journey, including the growth and insights gained from the no-contact period. Even difficult experiences can offer valuable lessons that contribute to your resilience and self-awareness. By focusing on these positives, you can reframe the situation in a way that empowers you rather than diminishes you. Self-care plays a vital role in this process as well. Engage in activities that nurture your body, mind, and spirit. Whether it's spending time in nature, practicing yoga, pursuing a hobby, or simply resting, these practices remind you of your worth and help you rebuild a sense of self independent of the past. Self-care is not just about physical well-being, but also about fostering a positive emotional and mental state that supports your journey toward detachment. It's important to understand that emotional detachment is not an all-or-nothing process. It occurs gradually, and there may be moments when old emotions resurface. When this happens, approach yourself with compassion rather than frustration. Progress is rarely linear, and each step, no matter how small, is a move toward greater emotional freedom. In embracing emotional detachment, you also create space for new opportunities and experiences. By releasing the emotional ties that bind you to the past, you open yourself up to the present and future. This shift in perspective allows you to engage with life more fully, free from the limitations imposed by unresolved emotions. Emotional detachment is about reclaiming your power. It's a conscious choice to prioritize your well-being, honor your boundaries, and let go of what no longer serves you. While the process may require patience and persistence, the rewards are profound: a clearer mind, a lighter heart, and a renewed sense of freedom and possibility. Through emotional detachment, you affirm your resilience and embrace the next chapter of your life with strength and clarity. Engaging in self-reflection and personal growth after a period of no contact is one of the most transformative steps you can take. This process is not just about analyzing the past, but also about rediscovering your inner strength, understanding your emotional landscape, and evolving into a version of yourself that is more self-aware and resilient. By committing to personal growth, you create the foundation for a more fulfilling life, whether or not the relationship is ever revisited. Self-reflection begins with an honest and compassionate examination of the past. The period of no contact provides the emotional space necessary to look back without the immediate influence of the other person. Ask yourself meaningful questions about the relationship and its dynamics. What role did you play in its highs and lows? Were there patterns of behavior or communication that contributed to misunderstandings or conflicts? This is not about assigning blame, but about understanding how your actions and choices influence the experience. Awareness of these patterns is the first step toward breaking those that do not serve you. As you reflect, it's essential to focus on your emotional responses. What emotions have been most prominent during the no-contact period? Sadness, anger, relief, or even guilt? By identifying these feelings and exploring their origins, you gain valuable insight into your emotional triggers and needs. For example, if you find that anger often bubbles up, it might indicate unresolved hurt or a sense of injustice that needs to be addressed. Conversely, feelings of relief might point to aspects of the relationship that were draining or misaligned with your values. The next phase of self-reflection involves identifying the lessons that the experience has taught you. Every interaction, whether positive or negative, offers the opportunity for growth. Did the relationship teach you about setting boundaries, communicating more effectively, or recognizing red flags? These lessons are not merely abstract ideas, they are tools you can carry forward into future relationships and interactions. Acknowledging them helps to reframe the past as a stepping stone rather than a setback. Personal growth is a natural extension of this reflective process. Once you've identified areas for improvement or change, the next step is to take action. This might involve building healthier habits, enhancing your communication skills, or cultivating greater emotional intelligence. For example, if reflection reveals that you struggled with expressing your needs in the past, you can work on becoming more assertive and confident in your interactions. Similarly, if you recognize a tendency to prioritize others at the expense of your own well-being, you can practice self-care and learn to say no without guilt. Another powerful aspect of personal growth is redefining your identity. Relationships often shape how we see ourselves, and the end of one can leave us questioning who we are outside of it. Use this time to reconnect with your core values, passions, and aspirations. What brings you joy? What kind of life do you want to create for yourself? By answering these questions, you can begin to chart a path that aligns with your authentic self. Embracing new experiences is a crucial part of this journey. Stepping out of your comfort zone and exploring different activities, hobbies, or social circles can reignite your sense of curiosity and adventure. These experiences not only provide a distraction from lingering emotions, but also contribute to your personal development. Whether it's taking up a new sport, pursuing a creative endeavor, or traveling to unfamiliar places, these moments help to rebuild your confidence and broaden your perspective. Seeking support is also an integral part of personal growth. While self-reflection is a deeply individual process, the guidance of a trusted friend, mentor, or therapist can provide valuable insights and encouragement. Sharing your thoughts and feelings with someone who listens without judgment can help you gain clarity and feel less isolated in your journey. Throughout this process, it's important to practice self-compassion. Personal growth is not about achieving perfection, but about making progress. There will be moments when you feel stuck, overwhelmed, or tempted to revert to old patterns. Treat yourself with kindness during these times, reminding yourself that growth is a lifelong journey and that every step forward is a victory, no matter how small. As you grow, you'll likely notice shifts in your perspective. Situations or behaviors that once caused distress may no longer have the same power over you. You may find it easier to let go of resentment, forgive yourself and others, and approach life with a greater sense of balance. This transformation is the essence of personal growth that equips you with the tools to navigate challenges with grace and to build relationships and experiences that align with your values and aspirations. Self-reflection and personal growth are acts of self-love and empowerment. They allow you to reclaim your narrative, heal from past wounds, and step into your full potential. The no-contact period may have been born out of pain or necessity, but it also serves as an opportunity to rediscover your strength and embrace the limitless possibilities that lie ahead. By investing in yourself, you not only create a better future for yourself, but also pave the way for more meaningful and fulfilling connections with others. Rebuilding self-confidence and preparing for the future after a period of no contact is a transformative process that requires patience, commitment, and a focus on self-reclamation. It involves recognizing your intrinsic value, nurturing your sense of worth, and stepping into the next chapter of your life with resilience and optimism. This stage is about rediscovering who you are and forging a new path forward, stronger and more self-assured than before. The journey to rebuilding self-confidence begins with a shift in mindset. After a period of no contact, it's natural to question your worth or feel a sense of inadequacy, particularly if the separation left unresolved emotions or doubts. To counter this, you must actively challenge negative self-perceptions and replace them with affirmations of your strengths and capabilities. Remind yourself of the qualities that make you unique, the skills, talents, and traits that define you. This recognition is the cornerstone of self-confidence, as it helps you rebuild the foundation of self-belief. A powerful way to reinforce this belief is by setting and achieving small, attainable goals. Each accomplishment, no matter how minor, serves as evidence of your competence and reinforces your ability to succeed. For instance, you might begin by pursuing a personal project, learning a new skill, or improving an existing one. The satisfaction of progress and achievement builds momentum, creating a positive feedback loop that strengthens your self-assurance. Taking care of your physical well-being is equally important in this process. Exercise, a balanced diet, and adequate rest not only contribute to your overall health, but also have a profound impact on your mental state. Physical activity, in particular, releases endorphins, which improve mood and boost confidence. Engaging in regular exercise, whether it's yoga, running, weightlifting, or dance, can serve as a reminder of your strength and resilience, both physically and emotionally. Another critical aspect of rebuilding self-confidence is learning to embrace and celebrate your individuality. After a challenging period, it's easy to fall into the trap of comparing yourself to others or measuring your progress against societal expectations. However, true confidence stems from self-acceptance. Recognize that your journey is unique and honor the steps you've taken to arrive at this point. Celebrate your growth and resilience, and remind yourself that you are enough just as you are. To prepare for the future, it's essential to cultivate a mindset of possibility and optimism. This involves reframing challenges as opportunities for growth and viewing setbacks as stepping stones rather than obstacles. Instead of dwelling on what went wrong in the past, focus on what you've learned and how those lessons can guide you moving forward. Visualize the future you want to create and take proactive steps toward achieving it. Whether it's pursuing a career goal, fostering new relationships, or embarking on an adventure, every step you take reinforces your belief in your ability to shape your destiny. Building a support network is also invaluable during this phase. Surround yourself with people who uplift, inspire, and encourage you. Positive relationships provide a sense of belonging and remind you of your worth. Seek out friends, mentors, or community groups that align with your values and aspirations. These connections not only bolster your confidence, but also enrich your life with meaningful experiences and shared growth. An often overlooked element of rebuilding self-confidence is the practice of forgiveness, both of yourself and others. Carrying guilt, resentment, or regret can weigh heavily on your spirit and hinder your ability to move forward. Letting go of these burdens frees you to focus on the present and the future. Forgiveness is not about condoning past actions, but about choosing to release their hold on your emotions. It is an act of self-liberation, allowing you to reclaim your energy and invest it in your personal growth. As you rebuild your self-confidence, it's important to remember that progress is not linear. There will be moments of doubt, setbacks, and challenges along the way. Approach these moments with self-compassion, acknowledging that growth is a process and that every step, no matter how small, contributes to your overall journey. Celebrate your resilience and perseverance, and trust that each day brings new opportunities for self-discovery and empowerment. Preparing for the future is about aligning your actions with your values and aspirations. It's about stepping into your life with clarity, purpose, and the confidence that you have the tools to navigate whatever comes your way. The no contact period may have been a time of uncertainty or pain, but it also serves as a turning point, a chance to rebuild, reimagine, and reclaim your life on your terms. By embracing your worth, nurturing your growth, and focusing on the possibilities ahead, you lay the groundwork for a future filled with confidence, fulfillment, and success. In conclusion, the journey of rebuilding self-confidence and preparing for the future after a period of no contact is a profound and empowering process. By shifting your mindset, setting achievable goals, prioritizing self-care, and embracing your individuality, you create a solid foundation for personal growth. Surrounding yourself with positive influences and practicing forgiveness further enriches this transformative journey. Remember that progress is not always linear and challenges may arise, but each step forward strengthens your resilience. As you embrace your worth and envision the possibilities ahead, you pave the way for a brighter, more fulfilling future, equipped with the confidence to navigate whatever life may bring.